Cracking retention is the holy grail of making games, and 90% of that job happens in the first 10 minutes. Welcome to this new podcast where we get people who've built amazing games before to experience a game for the very first time with us and tell us what they like and what they don't. Welcome to D0. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of D0. This is our podcast where we play games with people who've built games before. And today we have Akansha with us. Akansha is a close friend of mine. We used to work together at this company called Dunzo. Before that, she spent a bunch of time at Zynga, and she's currently working at Pocket FM. Akansha, did want to quickly sort of talk a bit about what all you worked on in Zynga, like what kind of games were you working on, and then quickly run into today's game, which is Squad Busters. It's something that everybody's talking about, so it'll be fun to sort of onboard ourselves together on this game and see what interesting things we sort of pick up on.
Got it. Thank you so much, Prajesh, for that introduction. At Zynga, I started my journey with Farmville. I worked on Farmville
Nice.
and built. Yeah, thank you. In those good days, we used to actually have 5 million DAO. We had 200 million revenue in a year. So, like, fun times.
This is Farmville too?
Sorry?
Was this Farmville too?
Yeah, this is Farmville 2. So
Cool.
Farmville 2, in fact, sunsetted only 2 years back. It had a full life of 12, 13 years, right?
People must have like grown up on that game. Like there must be people who like started the game at like 30 and are like now whatever 40 something.
Yeah, it was, I think, from both as a gamer and as someone who's building a game, it was a dream because if you think about it, it was as profitable as possible. We had everything was organic. There was no marketing cost. There was absolutely no upkeep. It was only like a few bunch of us who were making. It was just our cost, right? And our retention at D365 was upwards of 25%, which for a game is fairly good.
It's just hilarious to hear the word D365. Like, the podcast is called D0 and you're talking about D365.
Yeah, well, we
Yeah,
had
it's insane.
those long timers, and like, the session time for us was at an average 30 minutes, right? So, yeah, one of the
Nice.
best products that I have worked on.
Do you remember one thing that you worked on, which like you remember very fondly that this is something that we did and it worked really well?
Yeah, so I think one of my favorites is pretty much my first feature. It was called community events. Imagine the 5 million DAO, right? If you were to divide this into 2.5 mil, right? So we had this team red and team blue. There was this series of tasks that you had, right? And sure, you'll get like rewards for individual tasks. But whether team red or team blue is winning, and depending on that, there were again milestones, and each of it, like one of the teams could win, the whole community will get rewards, right?
Nice.
And we actually had a charity angle also, where like for each milestone, the delta between the two, that was directly given to like a charitable organization. And like, I don't know, like a bittersweet thing was you could actually in the UX, so it was about like children's studying, so orphanage and like studying. So you could actually see every time we were sharing money, you could actually see children, and then they would have books, then they would have bags, and then they would have
Oh,
uniforms. So
nice.
every milestone you could actually see these kids in the UX sort of going through the journey of getting more and more stuff. It was, I think, one of the most successful features we ever made, and also one of the most positively talked about feature.
Nice. I remember like the small feature that you worked on in Dunzo as well, which kind of reminded me of what you did, the tipping thing, where the
Yeah,
whole children being visualized like with like new things is sort of what translated to like I think you'd put actual food items when we like when people were tipping partners in Dunzo.
correct. Yeah.
Oh, cool. This is fun. We'll chat more about all the stuff that you've worked on, but let's get into Squad Busters as well. Supercell has launched the game after a really long time. But while we play along, we'll chat more about all the cool stuff that you've worked on.
Sure, sounds good.
All right, let's launch. Nice name.
So, I wouldn't be telling you my age here specifically when
Let's
you're
go with
recording.
60.
I was thinking 55.
Good.
Sure, I never read this.
Uh, I like how they've already like given you an easy way to know what to do right off the bat.
Yeah, and I trust me, I need it because I don't think I've played this genre enough. Stop moving to attack, sure.
Oh, it automatically attacks.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. Wait, hold on. So there's some reward somewhere.
How did you even notice that? Like, was it in your view? I didn't even notice that there was something on that side. But I think the way they've designed the thing makes
You
you.
know, see, there's a shoe also. So the reason why it's blinky, it immediately attracts my attention.
Hmm.
Okay, now they want me to pick up a character. Sure. I by the
Oh,
way
there are
never.
two of them.
Oh yeah, now I have to. Right. And now one of them have the shoe, and I can use
Like,
some turbo thing to move faster.
oh, you have to fight them. Hmm.
Yeah, it's not option. I basically just have to stop moving.
I like how in the very first few seconds, they've made us do so much. Like, you've fought people, you've got like a new character, you've got like a shoe, you have like, oh, there are three of us now. Okay.
Oh, now I can chop trees. I don't know why I
Which
want to, but sure.
I think you're stuck otherwise, no? Or can you go that side?
Oh, this
Oh,
is the tree.
there.
This is the tree.
How are you? How are you feeling? What are you liking and not liking so far?
Because I'm on a move, I'm really enjoying it. I'm not really understanding anything, but that never matters. Drag to move, stop to
I,
attack.
f-
Cool.
I,
Simple, no? Very simple UX.
I feel like they should have done a better job of giving me a overview of what is the larger thing that I'm trying to do here before like sort of throwing me like why am I doing what I'm doing is kind of unclear.
No, I absolutely agree with you. But at the same time, it's just, I think they've given so much, how do I say it? Like, gratitude here, right? Like, there's so many actions, each action's rewarding me that while it's a problem, I'm at least right now not noticing.
Wow, there's suddenly like so much chaos in the screen.
Yeah, I think I have to kill this person. Am I dying? Why am I dying? Okay.
Oh, I think you won. I think. Ah, okay. Let's just actually pause for a second after you give your name. How
Sure.
is like what did you sort of like or not like about that first, I think 20 seconds?
First 20 seconds, I
I don't
agree.
know, I think 20 or 30. I don't know how long we've been playing.
Yeah, I think it hooked me very immediately. Like, because I was able to move, I was able to create, like, an impact, things were happening, I was doing things. Having said that, I think what I did not like is it sort of comes back to the fact that I don't really know what exactly am I working
What are you
towards.
doing? Huh? Like,
Yeah, that's one, and I don't know why I died.
did you
So
die? I
I
thought
think
you
that
won, which is hilarious
I
that
died.
we don't know for sure what happened.
We don't
Oh,
know what
acha, now I
happened.
know.
I died, no, because like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
guy, that person came with an axe and he killed me, I think.
That's actually
So
quite harsh. Like the fact that you could like lose this easily in the first session is problematic, I feel a little.
Yeah, and to be honest, I actually am not understanding now what I need to do next. So sure, I have
Hmm.
to pick up a gem. That's great. I have to pick up a character. I don't know which character though. Don't have enough information. Hold to turbo. But if I'm holding, I'm not sure what exactly is happening. I sort of started playing again. I know we didn't
Yeah.
discuss it, but I was just sort of wanting to. There's this hard thing, but I don't know how to take it. Now there's another thing.
While you're playing, do you remember some of the other games that you worked on?
This really is not a game where you can, I think, survive and talk a lot because
That'll
it's
be
really.
the challenge. Have you seen this show where you eat really spicy fried chicken and you have a conversation?
I have not, but I can
It's called
imagine how it
the
feels
Hot
now.
Ones. It's quite
I can
hilarious.
empathize. Yeah, I can totally empathize because this is exactly what's happening with me. There's just so much happening. Oh, I'm seventh. Why am I seventh? Okay, now I've become fourth. So there's at least some sense of progression. Oh, I've become sixth again. Oh, this particular chest is to get a new character, and that chest is to get coins. Starting to get it a little bit.
Are these some of these games I feel are I think it's casual enough where they expect the person to like die
Yeah, so I
and
think
come
that's my.
back.
Oh, I'm first right now. Yay. Cool. Okay, so you were asking about other games. One of the games I worked on was actually, if you've heard of this movie called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, yeah.
So we made a game on this movie, right? Like game on this IP. It is called Wonka's World of Candy. What we did now again, a very product management thought process, I guess, is so a casual game, right? Match three. It has a lot of great engagement. Does not have great long term retention. So you
Hmm.
imagine, right? Candy Crush. It's fun. You'll open it. You'll wait and
Yeah,
start. Let me go kill this person. Okay, cool. Yes, so you'll open it, you play it for 10 minutes and so on and so forth, and then you'll move on. But there's no
there's
reason for
no
you to
yeah.
to Candy Crush, right? Like this. So at the same time, as I was telling you earlier, Farmville, which is a decoration farm game, it has a lot better long-term retention. So what we did is we basically married these two mechanics. Final stretch, okay. So we married these two mechanics. We basically took the 10-minute puzzle game, right? Like the match three, and then we married it with decoration. So how this game
Ah,
works is you basically have Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, and you go there and you go ahead and try to decorate it. And how do you decorate it? To decorate it, the coins you get from playing match three.
got it. Now
Uh,
there's a purpose to playing Match 3, basically.
correct. So
That's
that was
what
the
I'm
reason
not seeing in this game. I'm still not seeing what's the purpose of all of this chaos right now.
I agree with you entirely. In fact, I'm slightly stuck, if anything. Okay.
Is it largely just to be like in every sort of session, just rank on top, I guess?
Yeah, like at least that rank thing tells me something. I don't know what this countdown means though.
Did you win?
Did I win? Oh, there are some kinds of results. So I
You
did
came
something
third.
recent. I came third,
Where
not
where are
bad.
these other people? Like I'm not able to see like these other people who are also playing at the same time somehow.
Huh, they haven't. So I wasn't expecting a leaderboard. Now I know that it's a leaderboard game. I had
But
no
on the
idea.
side, it was sort of showing you on in real time like what kind of like who else is playing and what's your current rank.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
can
they
you
kept showing me my current rank, but I don't remember seeing who else is playing though.
I like how they've we got some nine more people. Actually, let's
People.
assume that this is like the grand total of what somebody would. play in like their first session, which is not a bad assumption. I think like usually for these kind of games, you would end up playing for like a few minutes to figure out if you want to continue playing or not. What do you think they've gotten right, like so far, to sort of make you want to come back again?
To be honest, I think they gave me a lot of gratification, like those winning things and all of that, right? While I don't know the purpose I'm working towards, it was still fun. Now I think it's a basically a squad game. So I think what they've tried to do is pick up a regular Clash Royale kind of a thing and make dumb it down a lot that someone
Hmm.
who even match three can actually play this, right? And I think
Interesting.
going into any gaming, right? Like if you've read about slots also, I think it's all about that gratification that you keep getting from the you hear the sound when I'm like the ka-ching sound when I'm
Yeah.
winning something and the visual of this confetti blowing up and all of that, right? I think that's what they have done drastically. So I actually do want to continue playing.
No,
I
I
think it's
also
something that
noticed that, they've suddenly shown you this whole locked thingies in front, which sort of tells
right.
you like, okay, there is a purpose now to sort of come back and do this all over again.
Yeah, and
Merged
this
in one.
I've not actually like sure I'll get bigger, but to what end?
Yeah, like the end, I feel is one of the things that I would have expected them to do differently. Like even when you launch the game for the first time, like some sort of a setup on okay, where is this going? Like what is the whole
Correct.
point of making this squad, and eventually what am I going to do? I think was fully missing. But yeah, like you said,
So
they've done a good job in like giving you a lot in the first few minutes.
right. So if you even look at Candy Crush, right, there's a map to conquer.
Yeah,
Right?
you
There are
see
so
it.
right. So I can visually see it. On a Farmville or a different kind of game, there's a farm that I have to decorate and make better. Here I'm like, okay, what exactly am I doing?
Click on that. What happens when you click on that new evolution?
Evolve. I have a new ability. Okay.
One of the things that they've spoken quite a bit about is that these characters obviously are Supercell characters, like you've seen them in previous Supercell games before.
Right,
And a
right, right.
lot of it is like referencing, bringing the same characters, creating that sort of association with the larger Supercell world.
Correct. Now I have a new character
And a new
unlocked.
ability. But yeah,
Correct.
interesting. Uh, I wouldn't say like this is like the best sort of like locked in, I'm like 100% going to come back kind of a day zero experience.
Yeah, I think the only reason why I do want to keep trying it is because I'm a big casual gamer and this has just piqued my interest. But I do believe that someone who I think is either only mapped to a match three puzzle, right? Like a Candy Crush enthusiast, which I think a lot of our parents probably are. I
Hmm.
don't know if they will ever go and try it. And at the same time, anyone who actually plays anything from like a battle royale world, right? I don't think even they will come and play it. So I
Yeah,
think it's slightly harder to find the right audience for this one.
yeah, yeah. Even I'm slightly confused as to who is it. Like,
Catering.
I think, yeah, it's a little too much for casual gamers and a little too less for somebody who would
Correct.
prefer something
And too
more
blingy
mid-core.
for a serious
Yeah,
like tower defense gamer basically.
it almost feels like they're trying to move casual gamers to this genre to sort of increase maybe the revenue that you can get, because obviously this universe has a lot more ways in which they can make money from you.
Correct.
Wow, but you are clearly hooked. Like you are somehow hooked onto this for sure. Uh,
Like it's also like just sitting on that screen with seeing so many things moving, and that's I think the other beauty, right? Like if you have a green button which is blinking enough, you just go ahead and finally click it.
yeah, you couldn't just
And
stop. Like you were just staring at the screen and your hand was like almost itching to press to see what happened.
I agree. And see the other thing, right? And this is one of the features that we did. We wanted adoption on a subscription plan. And I think we tried a lot of things, good things, got good results. And then this finally someone came up with this really stupid idea. He was like, let's just make the button much bigger and green. That's it. Like it's this big a button, okay? And it actually worked. People were just clicking on it more. So
Yeah, if you
yeah,
get enough people to click, somebody will convert.
yeah.
How's
Okay,
the?
I
Can
think.
you exit the game now and see what kind of like store other options have they put in?
Oh, exit the game as in the game. Wow, how would I do that? Uh,
Oh, there's no.
root I can't see that at all. How would I do that?
Or once you're in, I think. Which is
Yeah.
again. So there's no way.
So
Oh,
either
quit the game. Quit.
yeah.
Oh, it's like full exit, exit. Okay, cool. Cool. That was fun. Like I would say like mixed reviews from my side, at least watching you play. Like you clearly liked it more than I did. Uh, but yeah, a lot of like I think they'll keep improving it as well. I've seen like Supercell usually launches something and keeps iterating until they get it
Yeah.
right. We've also
Many
read
I drink.
recently, like they sort of spent a lot of money initially on the marketing, and apparently there's now news that their revenues are dropping from this game because they've pulled back on acquisition and maybe retention is not holding. I can see why though.
I can
Uh,
see why retention will not work. I agree with you. I think conversion, initial engagement, this game
was
will do
fun,
well
yeah.
on, but long-term retention for sure will be a problem.
Yeah. But actually, I want to end with like, I think what I think is very unique about what you've done. You started your career in gaming and have also done stints in like non-gaming apps as a product person. One, like, do you feel like gaming set you up really well for like a career in PMing, maybe give you an edge over like everyone else? And two, like what are like some one or two things that you've done which like which you can trace back to like I did this because I can my brain now is wired to operate like a gaming PM.
Got it. I think there's a definite pro, right? In a gaming world, the whole universe is yours. There's absolutely no third party creating any kind of issue. So if the user is converting, it is because of whatever you've built. If the user is not converting, it cannot be because of any other third party element. It is because of the kind of onboarding journey you've gone ahead and created, the kind of mechanics, the kind of difficulty that you've gone ahead and set up, right? I think that makes you look at data a lot deeper, right? So for us, when I say us, like at a gaming company, a conversion drop of even like 0.5% is a big deal. I know for
Yeah,
a fact that a lot of other products, there's so many externalities, like whether it is a commerce product where there's like, okay, it's raining, right? And hence things are changing. Or if it's a fintech product and RBI has a new policy now. So here, there's none of that, zero externality. Everything is yours, in which case, 1 to percentage point difference also means a lot, and you have to really go deeply into it. You have to understand the user behavior extremely, because it's extremely psychological, right, if you think about it. And I think the book Hook does a good job of explaining this. But how do you make this user form a habit around this particular product? How do you make sure that they have the dopamine hit when they are coming here and they're experiencing the joys that you've created for them, right? So I think that makes you think extremely user first, extremely user psychology and user behavior first. And I do think that yes, that gets ingrained, and then you end
mm.
up thinking about every product in the same fashion. If you
For
want to
better or
ask
for
me,
worse.
for better or for worse. Right. If within the, like, let me talk about the most recent one. Right now I'm with Pocket FM. It actually is very similar in a lot of its numbers. It's like 22 million DAO. Like, it's a fairly high engagement, high consumption product, right? Entertainment, of course. So we actually have built a bunch of things which are extremely from like a game. So one simple example is streaks, right? So
Yeah,
basically, coming in every day. So this, almost every famous game does it. Like, you'll either have a chest that you come and unlock
every day.
few hours, like it can be 12 hours, 24 hours. In fact, I think Battle Royale did it for 4 hours. They were probably the first people to use this for a very, very crazy habit formation. But yeah, so we've tried a similar thing where it's basically a streak. Every single day you come and we'll give you some coins because you showed up. And if, as you go on, like from Monday to Wednesday, your rewards keep increasing. So there is additional incentive to not miss a single day,
Hmm.
right? Which then makes you sort of binge whatever content it is that you're listening to. And like obviously, the more you listen to a content, the more hooked you are on. So it has a lot of good benefits in, like, overall user retention, overall user engagement, and hence finally the revenue that you make out of them. I think that's one example that I can think of right off the bat.
Actually, even the whole concept of Pocket FM is so like similar to like how games operate, like very short bursts. Like you can actually get a very good value out of the product, even though you open it for like whatever, like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, whatever it is. That
Correct.
like that
Absolutely.
itself, like the shortening itself is like a very gamified thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. This was fun. Hope you, I will most likely, I'm sure you will stick on to squad buses by the looks of it, but hope you had fun playing it and hope like sort of onboarding onto the game for the first time with us. It was fun chatting with you as usual. We'll catch up again soon, but thank you so much for coming. Hope you had fun on the podcast as well.
Thanks, Bridget, for calling me, and thank you for now giving me a new game.